Hello guys, and welcome to a new Drupal lesson. I know a lot of you guys are interested in how to add an image from the server to an editor from textarea. So today I'm gonna show you how to do that. Let's start with Drupal 8. So this is a Drupal 8 instance that we've created in a previous lesson. You will find the URL to it in this video's description. This is how the create article form looks like by default in Drupal 8. Oh, by the way, you have to log in with an admin user. I guess you know that by now. You see that the body field has an editor attached to the text area. When you want to insert an image, this is how the pop-up looks like. You can only insert an image that exists on your computer. For the link part, you just get a field where you should add the URL, meaning that you have to get the URL first from somewhere. In case you want to attach a resource from your server, then bummer, you can't. Luckily, IMCE modules comes to our help. This is the modules page, so download the module and go to your Drupal 8 root folder, then modules, then create a contrib folder and paste the extracted archive there. Back to our site and go to extend link. In case you do not see this submenu, just click the manage link and the submenu will trigger. Now, in order to have the editor on text areas, you will need to have a WYSIWYG editor active. By default, Drupal 8 comes with a CK editor, and if you install the standard profile, you will also have it by default enabled. Let's search for it. See? It's part of core package and it's also enabled. Now search for IMCE. IMCE File Manager. Enable it. Now search again for it and open its details. Here you get two links, configure and permissions. Open both. So, permissions. The administer IMCE File Manager permission is given by default only to administrator role. It's okay, you want admins to be able to make changes to IMCE configurations. Just to be sure, let's check for IMCE on the whole page and see if there are any other permissions. Nothing else. Good. Go to the configuration page. Here, by default, you have two configuration profiles, admin and member profile. Let's click edit on admin and see what we can change. So, you can change the name and description. Then you can add allowed file extensions, in case you want to limit the upload browse functionality to just some file types. Then you can give a maximum file size or configure a maximum disk space that can be allocated per user. Also, you can give image dimensions and say what happens when you get two files with the same name on upload. By default, you rename the newly added file. At the bottom of the form, you can say to what folder the user has access. Admin user has access to root folder and for it has all permissions. Please keep in mind that the subfolders inherit parent permissions when subfolder browsing is enabled. Okay, now back. Next, you have to assign profiles to roles that should have rights to browse the server. By default, the administrator role gets the admin profile. Authenticated user, the normal user, should not have permission to browse server. Now that we've installed the module and checked that its configurations are correct, refresh the article page. For the image button, since we are on basic HTML text format, nothing changed. But when you click the link insert button, you will get an extra link there. Open file browser. Click that and a pop-up appears. Here, you can browse the server, upload files, create folder, etc. Let's change the text format to full HTML and click the image button again. You get a pop-up by default. If you want to upload a file from your computer, click upload and add it. Okay, now let's see how can we add these things to Drupal 7. I have here the Drupal 7 instance where we've made some changes in our previous lessons. This is how the create article form looks like in Drupal 7. By default, there was no editor for the text areas, but we've installed it in our Lesson 2 Part 2 lesson. I'll add the URL to that lesson in this video's description. So, to get this editor on the body field, download the CK Editor module. This is the modules page. And for our example, download the IMCE module. Now go to your Drupal 7 root folder, then to Sites, All, Modules, Contrib folder. You should create this folder in case you do not have it, and paste there the extracted archives, CK Editor and IMCE. As I said, I've used this instance for lesson 2 and it has all of the modules described there. You'll also need the CK Editor library, as mentioned in the modules page. That folder should be placed under Sites, All, Libraries. Now back to our site and go to modules page. Enable CK Editor. I already have it enabled. Then enable IMCE. I forgot to show you how the pop-up looks like without any settings. Click the image button. This is the default CK Editor image pop-up. You can just paste the URL. Link button looks like this. Again, you can just paste the URL. Okay, now you see the permissions link, and if you expand the menu, you will also see the configure one. Let's open both. On permissions page, make sure the needed roles have access to IMCE configure page. By default, only administrator role has access. On the configuration page, you see that there are two configuration profiles added by default. Their names are less intuitive than the ones from Drupal 8 configuration page. If you click Edit for User 1 profile, you will get the same edit form from Drupal 8. Again, this profile has all permissions for root folder. Then, on role profile assignments, the site maintenance account, the one created with Drupal installed, has by default user 1 profile assigned to it, and you cannot change it. Let's assign for administrator role the user 1 profile. Okay, now we have to make some changes to CK Editor. So, go under Configuration, then Content Authoring, and click the CK Editor link. Let's add the settings for full HTML input format. Click Edit. Expand the file browser settings. For file browser type, choose the IMCE option and click Save. Refresh the Node Art form. Select full HTML format and click the image button. A new button appeared. If you click it, you'll get a pop-up. There you can browse root folder or upload the needed image from your computer. If you click the link button, again you will see the Browse Server button. Let's switch back to Filter HTML format and click the image button. See? The Browse Server is missing. Okay, so I guess this is all guys. Thanks for watching. Bye now!